I'm happy to be back again. Yesterday I tried to make a video, I tried to make a video. It was abruptly cut because I needed to do something in the home. And in this video, I was actually telling you guys that YouTube literally stopped giving my videos impressions. Doesn't matter what kind of videos I make. Typically, I tend to make reselling videos, me showing you the behind the scenes of how I flip items for profit, specifically electronics. If you are joining me for the first time, I sell used computers on eBay and on my website, desktop PCs, laptops, monitors, tablets, everything like that. I was just talking in this video that it doesn't matter what kind of content I make, reselling content, talking about the eBay platform, talking about where to get items to buy and sell for no apparent reason, even for reasons not known to me. YouTube, for one reason or the other, gives all these videos like 0 impressions. I mean, 0 impression could be a little bit of an exaggeration, but what I mean, I get sometimes 5 impressions, 10 impressions, 30 impressions. The last 3 videos I've made, as at now, they are all sitting at about, one is at 25 impressions, the other one is at 30, the other is at 31. Just kind of odd figures, I feel like something is kind of wrong and I have absolutely no idea what, right? Reselling is a kind of a major topic. People are looking for how to supplement their income, and there's no gainsaying the fact that it's a major question on a lot of people's minds. How do I supplement my day job? How do I get more money on the side? And because of that, one major question on YouTube, people come on the platform to actually take a look at, to find out what is the next big thing, what is the next way to make money online. It doesn't matter online, it could just be offline, but people just want to know what people are doing to make money. And because I have been reselling for the better part of 10 years, I felt like this is a category, or this is a niche I can actually lend my voice to, given that I have done it. Not just gaslighting you here, because if you take a look at YouTube, there are hundreds, in fact thousands of videos just gaslighting you on the fact that you can make money, whereas at the end of the day, you can make absolutely no money with the method or the model being proposed to you. So I felt like this is something I could lend my 2 cents to. So started making videos, and doesn't matter what I make, boom, the video gets killed on arrival. I do not have any strike on my channel. I do not have this copyright thing, whatever. Nothing that tells me this is what exactly is going on. I do not know. And sometimes I go to YouTube, to Reddit, to try to take a look. Apparently, a lot of creators are having this same problem, and I wouldn't know what YouTube is doing about it, because come to think of it, there's just no reason under the sun why a video that's supposed to help people don't get any impression. You see, if I was creating video in a niche, not like I'm sitting here making this video feeling entitled. Of course, I understand that the algorithm has to do its thing, but as at count, I've made close to 600 videos. Of course, I'm still very motivated to make more videos. As at now, the 600 and something videos on my channel have been delisted. I felt like perhaps me delisting all the videos and relisting them again, or making them public, is going to reset the account. Of course, I understand what you may be trying to say. This is a wrong move. Look, at this point, I really have gotten nothing to lose. 600 and something videos on the channel, not getting views, delisting them, relisting them, pretty much changes nothing. It's just like kind of a last effort move to just, kind of do something. It's not so easy to get to reach YouTube. I've also watched other videos of creators saying that even if you try to reach YouTube to tell them or ask them if there's a problem with your account, you pretty much get a generic response, which is everything is fine, it's working the way it should. But from what I see, it's not working the way it should, because I see people making the same kind of content I make, using the same keyword, talking about the same thing, of course from their own perspective, and I'm creating the same kind of content from my own perspective, and I get absolutely zero impressions. That makes pretty much no sense, but it is what it is. Sometimes we go through hurdles like this in life, and this is one of the reasons why I am actually making this video, because maybe a young man or a young woman out there trying to give a shot at life, and you are meeting all manner of obstacles, and you might be thinking it's just you. Guys, it's not just you alone. This is part of how the whole thing is coded. Sometimes before you get from point A to point B, you have to pass through this very big sea, and this sea could be just anything. In my own case, it is getting impressions from YouTube, even when everything seems to be working fine. The few people that watch this the videos I have put out before, they kind of comment and say, look, you are doing a great job. How is it that you still the channel is not growing? And when you get feedback like that, it's kind of very, very demotivating, to say the least. But like I said, I'm still very much motivated to create these videos. The reason being that I do not make these videos from an entertainment point of view. This is also something I came to realize just quite recently, that look, YouTube is an entertainment platform. The contents that are meant to entertain you will be given a lot of impressions, while the content that are meant to educate you pretty much suffers. And this is the sad reality. But sometimes, yes, I've heard some gurus saying you have to educate people by kind of putting your content in an entertaining way, and in the process educating people. That can be done if your chosen career, if you have chosen to be a full-time YouTuber. But if you have a business on the side, a business that has to run, it might be very, very difficult for you to do that. Look, YouTube itself is a business, all right? But I'm saying that if you have a functional business where you have to serve people, let's say you have a lawn mowing service, the highest you can pretty much do is to turn your camera on. But if you want to like scale things up, you can get somebody to take a camera and move around with you. That will be another layer to the game. But I'm just looking at those people that want to just come on here, put on their camera, talk and share their experience with the aim of helping someone on the other side. They have to actually suffer for it, because at the end of the day, they are not as entertaining as they should, but they are actually doing a major service, passing a lot of valuable information. But for one funny reason or the other, the algorithm blocks their content, doesn't give you the right impression. It used to be that somebody said, oh, change your thumbnails, which I went to the rabbit hole of learning how to create a very, very decent, good thumbnails. Pretty much just replicating the thumbnail that I saw were working. So issue of thumbnail not good enough doesn't arise. And also editing the videos, I try to go to the rabbit hole of also doing some major edits to the videos. One of the videos that I did, that I spent about 14 hours editing, guys, not 4 hours, not 14 solid hours editing, was dead on arrival. As at today, that video sits at 5 views, about 53 impressions, which makes absolutely no sense. And when you take a look at it from a business perspective, this is lost income. It's lost income. The time, nobody's paying for it. Of course, you learn more tricks, but come on, my editing is already way up there. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm also not starting from ground zero. All right, so what am I trying to say? Hurdles like this, you kind of meet them sometimes in life. What have I done? Now I have unlisted everything. Like I said, I don't know if I've said that before, but I just unlisted all the videos, the shorts, the long form content, and 6 hours later I am going to release everything, make them public, and see if it resets the channel. Of course, I know somebody's going to go there now on the comment section and say, no, that was a wrong move. Why did you uninstall all your, or why did you unlist all your videos? But at this point, I don't really care, because having 500 and something videos not getting views is pretty much as good as not having no videos at all. Of course, I know at some point the algorithm might finally find one of the videos and show it to the right people, but Until then, I have to do what I have to do, or whatever my mind tells me and what my mind has told me. Unlist the videos, release them. Perhaps it kind of reboots the account if there's anything like that. But then I want to give a very big shout out to about 2 or 3 people that saw the last video I made and did go ahead to comment on the video and watched it to the very end, just to try to see if they can, kind of encourage or teach the algorithm something. Kind of a little bit disappointed, because given the precise nature of the AI, the algorithm these days in finding who a video is supposed to be for, why a particular video is meant, or a particular account is left for about 2 years, still thinking who the videos that is being made is for. That makes also absolutely no sense. But like I said, YouTube is my platform. Still very much motivated to make videos, and from tomorrow we are going to be giving it another try, making reselling videos, showing you guys the behind the scene. Right now it's Easter, pretty more relaxing at home. Shop is on holiday. Hopefully from Tuesday next week we are going to be back again. So guys, go ahead and do what you have to do. Click on the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. Until I see you again in the next one, peace out.